Okay, when you get your logos, the mask on the front is folded around to the back side. So if you cut just a hair's breadth of mask and paper off, that will release the liner. Now on this side there's extra sticking out, but I'm just barely cutting the white paper I can see on the inside of there. Okay? Now we will take the logo over and put it on the wall. Okay, now you'll take your logo and you're going to put it up here on the wall, and you put a little bit of tape on the logo so that you can, it'll stay there. And now we're going to measure. There's a little, you can see a little white rectangle that is inside this black circle I drew on here, and that is the vertical center of the logo. But it's also one on each end, so now I can measure in that I have it, that's 18 inches on this application, and over here I got 22 inches, so I'm going to move the logo down a little bit to be centered where I'd like to have it. That should be pretty close. 20 inches and 20 inches. So now we're centered left to right. Now we want to make sure that we're running horizontal. And so I will measure from the ceiling down, and the center of this little diamond in here, in this case, is 39¼ inches. So then I will go to this end and see if we're the same. I got lucky and I'm the same. But I can see by looking here that my center is a little high. And so I'm going to let this down so that this all lays flat on the wall here. So now you can see it's all running straight. Now I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to put a piece of tape right here and a piece here. Because now I can fold this back and stick that tape to the wall. And I can peel off the paper mask. And because I stuck that piece back onto the wall there, that stays up there. Now I can take a little razor knife or scissors and cut off the backer. And then I will take this piece of product, bring it around, start behind my masking tape, and I will just run my squeegee over it, and then you just kind of run back and forth and make sure you got everything stuck down there. Now you can take off these two pieces of tape. Fold this back. And you bring this around like this. Just leave it laying about flat, but not pulled tight, but just kind of close to the wall. And bring your squeegee forward on it. And then you'll bring this back. Unfold your logo some more. Continue to bring this back. If you don't like all that paper that you're coming up with, you can take your scissors and cut off the excess. You bring the logo back around. Once again, you're just leaving it, basically, you're not pulling on this, you're just letting your squeegee put it down against the wall. You notice I was hanging on to the mask as the paper come off here so that it wouldn't fall down and touch itself. You bring it around and just slide your squeegee down it to the end. Now, you're going to go back and do a firm squeegee over the whole thing so that you have the whole thing stuck down on the wall. Okay, now that's installed, and now you just take the corner of the mask and you gently, at an angle, take your mask loose. And if you notice, I got it folded right flat back against the wall so that it has a more of a shear type thing as it comes off. And you just keep pulling it off and watching. If a letter is not squeegeed down firm enough, it might start to peel up. And in which case, let's just say that this eye started to peel up, you would just take your hand back here and push it down and go back to peeling. And you just keep, don't pull fast, because if a letter starts to peel up, you'll damage the letter. So you want to peel slowly at an angle, watching as you come across each letter that the letter is still adhered to the wall. And you just keep coming across, and if any of them didn't stick down, you just go back there with your finger and push them down firmly and peel it off. Okay? And we're almost done here. Okay, now that takes the mask off and that's installed. The only thing that you have left to do is you take like a little razor knife or a little whatever you want, and you just kind of pick underneath this little square, because we're done with that. That was your alignment square to make sure that you were the center of your logo. And now this one's installed and ready.